We don't really want to go live this way, but we're gonna have to because YouTube updated and it won't let me change it. Okay.
YouTube
So
did this too.
yeah, what is it?
I'll be in the steno moderator.
Yeah.
I just close it.
What's up? Yeah. What's up, everybody? Sorry about the orientation here. Apparently, it wants me to go into advanced settings and change it, and I don't know what is going on here. It should let me change it. Let's get some comments up here. Chat, all messages. I have everybody all discombobulated because I'm turning the wrong way, but what's up, everybody? Back. I wanted to have the phone the other way, but it says I gotta change it in advanced settings. I can't do that because the live's already started. You can't get into advanced settings while you're there. What's up, everybody, though? Ooh, we are back. It's been a struggle, boys and girls, but we made it back. How's everybody doing? Thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Appreciate it. We're hanging out here in the shop. It is a very unusually warm October night.
Yeah,
As you can see, the bugs are flying around in here.
it is.
We got mosquitoes floating around in the shop, but I've been on a 3-week struggle fighting with a power stroke, so we finally got that hammered out, straightened out, and working. Now we're looking.
Yeah,
We're down somebody to help control some of the bugs.
it may, it may.
We'll close the door anyway. Bugs are probably already in here.
Yeah, it'll be alright.
Mosquitoes everywhere.
They don't eat much, I guess.
Chewed up my mosquitoes. But no, we're hanging out here. It's Thursday night. Looking at the weather forecast. Tomorrow supposed to be a nice day.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night.
Mayor Rain moves in.
Yeah, well,
Late.
depends on how late.
It's late. It was set
yeah.
after midnight.
We want to like to get into something this week because we haven't really been into nothing for the last 2 months.
Yeah.
I mean, the most this thing's went, I've taken it for a ride around the block, and I've just started it up and moved it out of the garage to bring the truck in here.
Hello, Alan. Accord.
What's up, Mr. Accord? How you doing, buddy?
How's everything?
We're back. Sorry about the orientation on the phone. When I went to go live, apparently YouTube updated and it won't let you change it once you've already scheduled your live. It tells me to go into my advanced settings, and I didn't want to boot everybody out just to change it. So I apologize for the orientation. Sorry, guys.
Hi, Carlene. How you doing? Carlene says hi, mean you.
Hello, hello, hello. But yeah, we're hoping to get into something. I mean, I want to get into something this weekend. I've been looking. There's a no prep, but it's in Kentucky.
Wow.
I mean, that might be a little far. I was willing to travel 100, maybe 150 miles tops. I was willing to travel to go find something. I mean, our local track's having a Halloween thing.
Carlene said, boot him off. Don't worry.
No, we won't boot him off.
No worries. We ain't. He's just gonna leave it like it is. He's not gonna.
Yeah, it's fine for now. We just know for next time. That's what happens when you don't come on for 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Longer than 3 weeks.
Well, I know. I spent 3 weeks burning away because I spent 3 weeks tearing that truck apart every day.
Oh yeah.
To get all the high pressure oil leaks, but everything's sealed up and it's working good. So we wanted to go find something to do this weekend. We said I'm willing to travel a little bit. Our local track is having its annual Ghost Goblins and Gearheads. It got rescheduled last week because it rained. We was hoping that wasn't the case because if they would have pulled it off last week, they would have had a testing tune this week and some grudge racing going on. But the only problem with the Halloween show they have here at Keystone is it's bracket racing, and we need to really do some more. Want to do some tuning on the car, so it's not really the opportunity to go. I mean, we wanted to hit a testing
Carlene was
tune.
starting to worry about us.
Huh?
She was starting to worry about us.
I wanted to do a test, go to the testing tune, but I'm not opposed to going to a no prep if I can find something. I was looking, there's a couple, but I know there's a testing tune Saturday at Drag City, I believe they said that, or Sunday they was probably gonna have one there. That's over by Harrisburg, so that's about 2 hour drive. Uh, I think like Keystone's having a. There's a big no prep I guess going on in Kentucky. At Lake Cumberland Dragway, they're having a Halloween no prep thing, but I don't know. So if anything, I don't know. Maybe some local people, maybe we can get something together and get something happening in Mexico or something because it's been a while since we've got to run the car. It's fun to drive the truck around, but it's not as much fun as driving the car around. So, since we're getting so late in the year, I would really like the chance to get the car out a little bit more before the snow flies. And judging by our forecast, that could be as early as next week. So,
Moving it up a little bit so they can see you.
Yeah, well, yeah, because they changed it by having to.
Yes, and you're not in the camera. You wasn't.
But yeah,
I'm
they're
making
saying.
mine
I
busy.
mean, our local forecast is forecasting possible snow,
Like snow showers
snow showers next
for
week.
Tuesday
Yeah,
or Halloween night.
there's a cold blast coming in, so I know Magnolia, they were having timing issues, so they're done for the year. So I don't know. There's a few tracks around here, but I don't know who's going to be running and what. I've been looking. There's a lot of stuff going on down south right now. We just don't have the ability to go that far right now. Like I said, I'm willing to go like 100 miles or so, 150 tops if it's something decent, but I don't want to get hung out to dry and end up driving all this way because this weather's coming in too across the whole country. So that's another thing. There's a possibility we don't want to drive 2 hours either just to get to somewhere and have it get rained out. So this weekend,
Oh no, it's not. It's not. She said the garage looks super clean. No, it's getting there, but it ain't not yet.
It's about half clean.
Halfway, maybe. Maybe half. It ain't there yet.
No, it's still got a little bit more to go, but we're getting there. We're working on it. I had to clean it up enough to get that truck in here to be able to work on it.
Oh yeah, that big old truck.
Last week we ended up tearing. Last Saturday we took the gas tank off of it to check it, but it was already done. So I had a fuel restriction, and I thought maybe it was the pickup was clogged up because it's common on the Power Strokes, but it wasn't. Someone's already been in there and eliminated that screen. That way, just you rely on the filter. But I don't know if it was just something in the primary filter housing and the lift pump, or if it was.
But now it's working. So.
But yeah, I tore that apart too, and since I've cleaned it out, it doesn't seem to have a fuel issue. I got all my hot start issue because I battled a hot start issue with the thing for probably 3 weeks. Every time the truck would run good, once you would get it warm, shut it off, the thing wouldn't restart until it cooled off. So
yeah, but you got that all fixed
yeah,
too.
we got that fixed now. Yeah, we got the trailer. I repainted it Tuesday. So we're working on getting stuff done. We just would like to find something to do here.
But there ain't nothing to do, maybe.
You know, it would be nice.
I mean, the track would have been nice if they had that testing tune this weekend.
Yeah, like I said, I just ain't into the whole bracket racing thing. If I bracket race regularly, yeah, but I don't know. I just like heads up, run what you brung, and hope you brought enough. I ain't really into the whole bracket race thing. I'm sure there's guys out there that do it and they have fun at it. I don't enjoy it. I never did.
What's the latest on Tommy's car?
It's running.
Carly wants to know.
It's running. I keep telling him I want to turbo it, but he's been working. He's got a job, so he hasn't really had time to fool with it other than just have it running and driving. He's got some issues that they got some cheap, they put some cheap wheels on the car, and they're so thin that, you know, PA roads are so bad, they're cracked from hitting potholes, and so that makes it troublesome that it's always going flat.
Hello, JB Little Shop.
What's up, JB? And then, well, I'm trying to get logged in here so I can see what's going on.
We can. I don't know.
That way I can see what people saying. Get this tablet logged in. This is the first time I've
You can use my phone.
6 months. It's good. I'll have it.
I can read on yours, and you can read on mine.
It's loading now.
Oh, it's loading now. I'm just making y'all dizzy, ain't I?
Yeah, stop moving the phone around.
Yeah, stop moving it around. Just tell me that.
Quit touching it.
With that, I might break it. I just might break it. You never know.
You're gonna break it.
Everything I touch, I break.
But no, I mean that's basically, like I said, I don't even know. I can't even get in there now. I was reading, like I said, there's a lot of stuff that was planned for this weekend locally, and well, not so much locally. Within 150 miles, there was a lot of stuff planned, but it just looks like the weather's going to be bad.
It's gonna be crappy this weekend.
Yeah, I know. We're going to go from what it's been, what, the 70s?
70s all week.
It's been in the 70s. Tomorrow's going to be the last day in the 70s, and then next week we're going to be back into reality with normal temperatures.
40s.
Highs in the 40s, lows at night in the 30s. So
Happy Halloween to you, Alan, of course. Happy Halloween. Ooh,
we'll have to keep it on the low a little bit of wherever we go, because I did add some antifreeze back to the car. I took the water out for the
yeah, because of the weather coming.
Yeah, it won't be long before it'll be cold enough to freeze.
Oh yeah, it will be.
I haven't winterized yet. I haven't drained the E85 out of it yet, just because I usually take the E85 out and I put pump gas in it for the winter. That way we don't deal with the moisture problems. I put some pump gas with some Sta-Bil in it and run it to get that pump gas in the injectors. But they said we're hoping out to get the run at least once more this year, if not a couple more times this year. So we're just going to see what happens. That's all I know. If something happens, we will be out and doing video of it. We just got to see what's going on with it. You can only do so much, and like I said, I hate the fact that, I hate the fact that they're doing,
I don't know.
Video restricted.
Huh?
Google Workplace Administrator?
They restricted it?
That makes no sense. It's logged onto the Wi-Fi and everything. It says Google Workplace video is restricted.
Oh.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, on our home page.
Huh.
Okay, let's go. Let's see if we can get it now. We might get it now. Wow. Wow. Everybody have a good time at No Name. I wish we could have made it, but it just wasn't the cards this year. Just a really bad year for us, so maybe next year we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we even seen Dakota made it to No Names this year.
Yeah, I know, and I really wanted to go.
And we wanted to meet
hang out
him
with
and
Dakota for a little bit.
meet all of them. I ain't met none of them. I know none. Yeah. Wonder who all went.
A lot of people went. A lot of people went.
Master Known Garage. Hey folks.
Hey, what's happening, guys? Sorry, I'm trying to get this thing loaded.
I wonder you could use this. I can read that, what you don't read.
I don't know why it's on it. I'm on my page and it's not showing the video now.
Oh, I don't know. It's stupid. And mine just went out.
Yeah, I'm on the lives. It should be the first one showing. It's on year ago, months ago, year ago, 7 months ago, 4 months ago, 4 months ago.
Yeah.
There's got to be more showing.
It should be.
I'm not signed in.
You're not signed in?
No, that's what it was saying. I'm not signed in. Now I'll
Oh.
be getting a message. Did you know someone signed in on your?
Oh, well, yeah, we know. Yeah.
He wants to sign in the mobile one, and he can't do the mobile one. This tablet, for whatever reason, only goes. You can only do YouTube through the browser on it. That's why it's not working.
Well, you can, I told you, use this.
Let me get it here. I'll get it.
You might get it. Sooner or later you will. All you will see. You just might get it. You may not get it. You might. You might. You might. You might.
You might, rabbit. You might.
Might. Everyone don't keep their shoes in.
What is it? It was left in the pickup.
Someone's keys.
It was left in my pickup truck, in the old truck.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, the constant, the new ain't coming up. I don't know. Oh well, technology outcome us tonight.
Yeah. Have you seen Master the Non-Garage Wide Body 67 Caprice? I think that's what it says.
Yeah, I was checking that out a little bit. I get to check out everybody a little bit. That stuff's almost pretty radical, man. I've been overwhelmed here with the diesel stuff for the last. What are you doing over there? Turn your chair off.
I can read and do this too.
Yeah, because we've done. What we done, which is the.
We got a lot on that truck
We
in
done
the last couple weeks.
oil rail cup O-rings,
Yeah.
all the injector O-rings,
Mhm.
the dummy pipe and stand plug, the IPR screen and O-ring.
Injector.
Yeah, replacing injectors in it that was bad. With the updated stand pipes in it and all of that. We were busy with the truck. And it was a struggle too, because it sucks because either you can get it running when you have a hot no start on a 6.0 power stroke. The problem is if you let it cool off, you can't check it. And that was the problem, is we was letting it cool down, so I couldn't determine the leak, and you need to take the IPR valve out, and I have this adapter here that installs where the ejector pressure regulator is, so you can air it up to see where it's leaking. Well, the problem was with that is you need to put that in when the motor's hot. So I'd have to take and drive the motor around, 6 to 10 miles and get the thing good and hot, come in and reach underneath the turbo and take the IPR valve, thread that fitting in while the thing's still scalding hot. So, because you needed to do that test with the oil temperature above like 220 degrees, that way you knew, where the leak was at, because the leak wouldn't show up at like ambient air temperature or even a little bit warm. The leak would only show up above 210 degrees or so.
Yeah.
So doing that, and just like I said, we just piece by piece change one thing, change the other, till we got all the leaks settled in it. So now it seems to be running good. Till it's not, but it should be running good for a while now. So.
Yeah.
And that's why I said, now that we have it up and running, we want to go run the car somewhere. Now that we have a way to tow the car somewhere. I don't know, like I said, if it's this, and probably if the weather holds out, probably going to be nothing next week, because a lot of the tracks in the north are going to be closing for the year.
Pretty soon, yeah.
By November, usually the tracks start to close in the north, so we need to go south to get into some racing. The way the shakeup is with the tires and stuff going on, I know there's been a lot of heated debates going on in the no prep world with rules lately, because anytime you get anything, I mean, the sport started off good, humble beginnings. It was just grassroots guys building stuff in their garage, throwing it together and taking it out and having fun with it. But as with anything, as the payouts grew, you know, cars with big money come, and just face it, if you got, you know, a less than $10,000 car that you built by yourself in the shop, you're gonna really have a hard time competing with a guy that has, you know, an unlimited bank account that can just buy parts and buy whatever he needs and throw at that car. So the 2810.5 class has gotten really carried away lately, which is fine. I mean, it is what it is. That happens to all racing eventually. That happens. Money comes in. It's done at the NASCAR or done at the Top Fuel. One time, Top Fuel guys, a guy could build a Top Fuel car in his garage, you know, run it a couple times a year and have fun with it.
Yeah.
You know, now to qualify a national event, you know, I mean, you're talking, you know, thousands and thousands of dollars just to make a single run. But, you know, and that's fine. Like I said, we're not going to complain because every sport has to grow. If it doesn't grow, then it's going to go away. And while the sport has grown, it's left us in a different class now. That's all.
Yeah.
At one time, a car that could run, you know, a car that could run consistently in the fives at one time had a decent shot at it, you know, with a front side no prep. You could load your car up, drive a couple hours, and pay your entrance fee, you know, at least you wasn't going to get completely outgunned as soon as you unloaded for the trailer. But now, I mean, there's guys that run low fours now, you know, there's even a couple guys out there that's dipped into the threes, you know, 390, 380, and, you know, on a no prep surface, on a 10.5 tire. So, that being said, we have fun with it, but that's probably going to force us, and luckily this car isn't hacked up enough that we're going to probably get on either True Street or Daily Driver, because we qualify for those classes, and we can still be competitive in that class. The only thing it's going to change on that is we're going to have to go from a slick to a radial. We're going to go with like a 275 radial or 2810.5 radial in the car to have DOT little tire to run in the street classes. Other than that, we got everything else covered. So probably next year, that's what we'll do. Like I said, that's why I was really hoping this year was just to get out and do a little bit more testing on the car, because there's still a lot here. It just needs dialed in, and I don't have it dialed in 100% yet. And quite honestly, I just don't have enough seat time in it. And it's just been, everybody's feeling, I'm sure the whole country's feeling it. With the way things are going, the way the economy, you know, how much everything costs so much more to go out and do, so everybody's feeling it. We're not the only ones out, but I mean, just here, what we got here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We went 5 times last summer. 3 times the summer before. We only been there once this year.
Mm-hmm.
Even to go to a testing tube, it's only happened once this year. Between there early in the year when we didn't have really a tow rig to do it, and then as it got later in the year, it just, you got to decide sometimes what you're going to do. You know, put fuel in your daily driver, or put fuel in the pickup, or buy a part for the pickup truck to where you got your 4-wheel drive for the winter and you can haul firewood for your house and all that, or race your car. And it just, unfortunately, we fell on the other side of it this year because we had a really bad year.
Yeah.
I know this year we didn't make near what we make in previous years, because what we do, we work in something that's, you know, it's a recreational thing. So, and when people, you know, fall on hard times and things get expensive and people ain't got money, that's the first thing they do is cut out their recreational budget. So a lot of people that this year didn't really have the extra, you know, $3,000, $5,000 to have a pool put in at their house. So that really hurt us for the year, because that made us have a slow year. And there at the end, like I said, normally we're still installing pools in September. And we usually do our last pool, you know, in early October. We're still doing some work. This year, the 1st of August, the phone just stopped ringing.
One-eyed cat, evening, folks.
Hey, what's up, Dawn? So that really, I mean, that's excuses, but that's where it's at, and that's what really hurt us this year was that, the fact that work just disappeared in August, so.
Yeah, like in August.
Yeah, no, that's what it was, we got one. full in
Unfinished
August.
project.
What's up? But yeah, other than that, I mean, everything's good. The car's running good. At least that investment is. We ain't had the cannibal parts off of it or anything yet. We were just, like I said, I spent the last couple weeks just getting that power stroke ironed out. That way, if something did come off, we could go out and do it. But just, I said, judging by the weather and what's going on this weekend. Last weekend hurt us because of,
Hey, hello, Hippie Miller.
hey, what's up? Yeah, last weekend the weather was so bad that everybody canceled everywhere.
Yeah,
so
they
now
canceled
everybody
it out.
this week, like I said, it was
But
gonna
then,
have any testing tunes or anything going on this week. They're having their Halloween event this year.
but that Halloween event stuff is for what, 3 days?
It's 3 days.
But they're gonna probably get washed out 2 of the days.
Yeah, because they're running. Yeah, the Keystone's running Friday night,
Saturday and Sunday. But you might get run down Saturday and Sunday because they say,
they had their thing up about camping at the track and stuff, which.
yeah.
I don't know. That's just the way to do it. To me, always, if you go to a big event, it's always
Yeah,
more
the
fun to camp
events
at the
like
track.
that, just camp out for them 3
I
days.
know that people they go to these events and they book hotels and stuff in the area, man. There ain't nothing like camping out in the pits with the other racers. So that's where it's at.
Yeah, camp out with everyone else.
That's the most
Picking up.
fun in anything. When we dirt track race,
Well, yeah,
we
camped
do
out at
this.
the
It's
pit.
just there's so much fun. That last year at No Name Nationals, we can't. It's just the way to do it. It's just you're there with everybody, and it gives you more opportunity to hang out with people because you're sleeping. And the new truck's pretty comfortable to sleep in, so it won't be as bad. It's got a little bit bigger back seat.
Oh yeah, it is pretty big.
And that's it. I've been all this week. I've been going through on there. I'm in a couple groups on there for no prep announcements and everything, and watching, trying to find something. I mean, it would even been nice if somebody would put Cash Days on or something this weekend, because tomorrow night the weather's going to be good to do it.
Yeah, until after.
Night to do it tomorrow night.
Yeah, until after midnight, probably 12 to 3, 4
No,
o'clock.
that's going to be late. You don't want to.
Yeah, that's late anyway. So
No, I'm saying that's about about time everything
When they
starts
wanna
picking
do
up when
it.
you're out racing.
well, yeah, that's probably true.
When you're out in Mexico, midnight is about the time everything pops off. But I don't know. Yeah, we're completely up in the air of what's going to go on for the weather. So that's. what's
Hello,
hurting us
Schultze.
now.
Schultze's on.
What's up, man? Trying to get this logged in and see if we can find any events going on in the area. Let's see, what do we got? Half the people watching, I mean, it's cool, but they're not, most of them aren't from around here.
They're
so
not
I
from
don't
around
know.
here.
Yeah.
They can't go.
Well, Don, he's from Pennsylvania.
But he's out there where?
Yeah, he's out on the other side.
Oh, where they're having that Sunday?
Well, that one, Drag City, looks like
Hi,
it's
Kayla. Where the heck have we been? She wants to know what's up. Where have you been?
working on Power Strokes.
Working on the truck, Kayla, for the last 3 weeks. Finally got it. I hope.
Working on 6.0s.
Working on it. Yeah, working on it. Working on it, he was.
Yeah, I think we got it in now.
Yeah, he's running now pretty decent. I'd say.
Yeah, it seems to be running really good now.
Yeah.
It was a struggle.
And then what was it, 2 weeks ago?
What?
What, 2 weeks ago we had the wedding too. We had to go.
Yeah. Yeah, it happens.
Yeah,
It's
it
been a busy couple weeks.
Yeah, it has been.
This thing's slow,
And
man.
then you was out of town them other couple weeks before that.
Yeah. Is this? I thought maybe this was a
Wow.
Ford tablet or something. Slow as it is.
You're saying your vehicle's slow?
No, the diesel is, but the diesel ain't designed to be fast. It's designed to be slow.
Well, it running pretty good today.
I don't know, it ain't a race car. I mean, this thing's slow.
The race
It
car's
says
slow?
you can't check into my date and time settings. And I gotta change date and time settings and they're right.
Ah. Wow.
Everything's right.
I don't
That's
know.
probably why it wouldn't work on none of the other stuff. Everything's right. Everything's logged in, it's right.
It don't want to use it tonight. Don't want you to use
The
it.
time's right, the date's right, it won't let me log into anything because it says that my date and time format's wrong.
Wow. Well, that just ain't right.
It's not-
That is
I don't know
stupid.
why, but I wanted to go on and look and see. It said that
Stupid,
I mean,
stupid.
drive up there to, I don't know, there was a couple tracks in Ohio that was, but I don't know what all they were doing. Like I said, it's hard, everybody's winding down this year, and who wasn't? And a lot of people got rained out. It looks like Saturday, if you go west, Saturday you're gonna run into bad weather.
Yeah.
So about the only real chance, I mean, tomorrow night you'd have, but tomorrow evening you'd have, but if you go, you're gonna have to go south and east. If you go a little further south and east, you can delay that off until Saturday. I mean, the weather coming in and have it come in Saturday night, but the weather's coming. That cold
Yeah.
front sweeping down across the country, so it's
Yeah,
gonna.
it is. Yeah.
There's nothing we can really do about it. It really just sucks because we want to go run somewhere.
There ain't nowhere probably. I ain't gonna get to go no more this year.
And you gotta drive up down the highway and troll racers.
Yeah. Good.
But yeah, it just that sucks. I mean, that's just where it's at. And I hate this time of year for that because there you go. You want to do something. We got delayed so far back. Between that, running down there and everything, and then just like I said, not being busy and then working on the truck, I've wasted the last 2 months and not really being able to do nothing. And now we're all right to be able to go do something again, and nothing's going on. No, it is what it is. It just sucks. Like I said, we were looking forward to going out and having some fun.
That's good.
I was really hoping that, you know, that with that they was having that Ghost Goblins and Gearheads at Keystone Raceway Park. I was hoping they was at least going to have since it was a 3-day race, I was hoping they was going to have a testing tune at least one night. You would think, you know what I mean? Like I said, that everything on the website list though is just time trials and racing. And I understand, like I said, they're trying to get that event in before the weather comes in. That's probably what's going on with
Tommy
it.
has to work next Friday.
Is
He's
it?
covering for someone next Friday.
Yeah.
Tommy. He
Yeah.
just texted me
Yeah, he'll be alright.
from 2 to 9.
He'll be good. So we'll probably wanted to go do something.
I forget what girl, Americus or somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I think he said.
He's fine. I'm sure he didn't have anything really planned.
No, he doesn't. On his off day, what did he do? Oh, well, yeah. He wants to. I don't know. He'll be alright. He probably want to do
Yeah,
something.
well, surely he didn't have to. He agreed to it. So.
He said he did.
Yeah, that's what he says.
He said he's going to cover for him.
That's what he wants to do.
If that's what he wants. If he can. I don't see why not.
We're having a real snooze fest tonight.
A what?
A real snooze fest
Are we
here.
snoozing? Are we all going to go to sleep?
It's a real
Hello,
snooze fest
hello.
tonight,
Anybody
yeah.
want to say something?
It's a real snooze
We got to
fest
talk to
tonight.
keep Sam awake. Come on, guys.
Well, I'm awake. I'm just.
He's awake. I'm the one that ain't. I'm the one that could go to sleep. But I'll be
Like I
fine.
said, I've just been racking my brain for the past couple of days trying to figure out
Where he can go racing somebody. He's looking for a testing tune, right?
Yeah.
Right close around here, an hour and a half way or so.
Yeah, I'm willing to travel a little bit.
A couple hours maybe. No more than 2 hours away. One way.
Yeah.
About 2 hours one way.
Yeah, I'm willing to do 100, 150 miles one way
Yeah, 100,
to find something. Like I said, if I couldn't find a testing tune, I'm even willing to throw down if somebody was doing like a front side no prep. I mean, you're going up against
Dwayne
giant
says he's been sleeping, LOL. Sleepy, LOL. This sitting around is killing him.
Yeah.
One-eyed said he's busy entertaining his son's dog.
But I mean, we might,
He's dropped her off for the next 2
that's the
days.
thing, if there was a local, I don't know, because like I said, everybody, all the heavy hitters are probably gonna be in, Kentucky this week.
JB Little Shop got to go, have to take a trip
Alright, JB, thanks for stopping in, buddy,
to
appreciate it.
Run, India tonight. Thanks for stopping in,
Yeah,
JB.
thanks for stopping by, buddy, take care, we'll see you.
Be careful out there on the roads.
Yeah, I noticed all the leaves are almost gone.
They're almost all gone, and ours ain't even turned on our trees. Mine's still got green on them.
The mountain was mostly gone, they said that the mountain was past peak, but, or down here from half of Fayette County, from the ridge west, was just coming into full peak, but they look like they're gone.
Mine ain't full peak.
Yeah.
Mine's still green. Did you see any colored trees in my yard?
No, the walnut trees are bare.
The walnut trees are bare because it blew all the leaves off of them.
And, well, the walnuts fell and knocked the leaves
Oh,
off.
them nuts. Oh, my.
They're still falling.
They are still falling, I know. There's like, I don't know how many walnut trees.
I'm afraid to walk out in the yard without a helmet on, get smacked in the head.
There's
with a
3
walnut.
right here. 4, 5. Some up on top.
Yeah,
6,
they're everywhere.
There's
but
like
you
7
get
or 8
walnuts
walnut
or-
trees. And there's a lot of nuts in this yard. Besides us.
Yeah, it's full over there.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and it's hard on. There's lots of black walnuts though.
Yeah, they're all over the ground.
There ain't enough squirrels to take them, I guess.
No,
There's
these
too many.
squirrels around here eat.
They'd be
want to eat
fat.
Good.
They sure eat good because there's an awful lot of walnuts.
I seen that one up on the very top of this big walnut tree. There's a squirrel shade up there. I seen it.
You say when they're up high like that. Bad when Yeah.
Squirrels don't know.
How do you
what the
know they
weather's
don't?
gonna be. How do they know what the weather's going to be?
I don't know.
Like I said, it's
He
going to be
has
a
a
worse
full-
one.
A few walnut trees to need to cut. One sounds like it's going through rental trailer. Roof. That's Schultz.
Yeah, well, they just bang all day off the garage roof. And all
Yeah,
everything
they
in
bang
the
all
yard.
day off the garage roof, Schultzy, the camper, your head if you're out there.
The
Last,
dog's head, she's walking in the yard.
the dog got it and Ed with the nut. It ain't
But it-
funny, but it is. She's okay, she was.
They said this year is going to be opposite of last year, so that means it's probably going to be closer to a normal winter, which sucks.
Kayla said almost knocked her windshield out with a damn nut.
Yeah.
Walnut trees. That's over. Yeah,
They
them
bounce
walnut.
off the cars pretty good here, but they're still soft. But they got that
Yeah, they bounce.
around them. They're
yeah.
soft. They don't really notice no dings. I mean, if you had a newer car that was like paper thin, it would probably look like a golf ball after it worked
Probably.
under a tree. But yeah, the older cars, it doesn't really dent them.
I try not to park under the walnut trees. sometimes we gotta move things out of the way.
Yeah, you got to.
And you have to move things out of the way sometimes.
But they just didn't.
Maybe. Okay, I guess. I don't like all of them. I hate them walnut trees.
No, they're nice trees. They shade in the summertime. They're giant trees.
Oh, this one here right beside the garden is a giant tree.
Yeah, like I said, they're good trees.
That is a whopper of a
It's
tree.
just all the walnuts falling in the fall and summer when it starts leaving all those walnuts.
Lose all our walnuts.
Get the skull bashed by walnuts.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it'll be alright.
Hit the head with nuts. Smash your skull. Walk it off.
Walk it up.
Walk it off.
That's all you can do.
That's about it. Yeah, you can't do nothing about it. You can't get maggots and nut hit you in the head. I mean, it won't do. Ain't gonna do no
No, I
good.
hate walking like that. I don't like walking out back and looking out, waiting on the fall.
I know. I walk out, check the mail, and get hit with a nut.
If you go out, yeah, if you go out underneath the walnut trees, you gotta look up the whole time you're out there.
Yeah, you look
do
out one
fall.
bomb, smacks you right in the face.
No, you can see them fall and get out of the way. They're up high enough. You should be able to see them.
That wouldn't be good though. What if you look up and it actually
If you see the wind starting,
Woo,
to move
there
trees
comes the
around,
nut,
get
hit
out
you in the
and get
face.
underneath them. That's what I do. If I see the leaves starting swaying on the trees, and I stay away from the trees because you know the walnuts are gonna fall.
Yeah,
You just watch. As long as you pay attention, they won't get you that bad.
I try to pay attention when I walk out to check the mail because I know that nut tree's there and it will.
Yeah, I won't get you that bad.
I don't know. It might hurt a little bit.
I'll go back.
Oh, I know. Knots will go away sooner or later. But I don't want no knots on my head. I want knots on my head. Do you want knots on your head?
No, it won't be the first time.
I know. It wouldn't be the first time.
We got all these specialty tools now. for farm work.
Knocked out by a walnut. That way we'll show this.
They're laying unconscious in the yard.
Yeah.
Little
Them
walnut.
they'll come out and went, what's wrong with you? I'm laying there knocked out with the nuts on my head. Getting nuts. Oh, yeah. That wouldn't be good. That ain't good.
Yeah, we got a pile of specialty tools. For
Oh,
farm
yeah.
IPR socket and oil rail ball tube socket.
Yeah. All these tools for the truck.
Them seals, they were hard. Some of them were still good, but that's was the biggest thing was in ball tube seals leaking.
Well, at least you got it. So it counts.
Yeah, I mean, they're just why someone would ever come up with an engine that needs that many
Seals? Rubber
requires-
rings?
Yeah, it requires that many O-rings. To
What are
operate
they,
properly.
like 20 some?
Well, you figure
There was 13 at the one, wasn't it?
there's 8 oil rails, so there's
That's
8
eight.
O-rings on the oil rails.
Yeah.
Each injector has 1, 2, 3, 4 O-rings in the seal, so 8 times 4 that's 32 plus the 8. So now you're up to 40, and then you got your
Oh, there's lots, like a lot.
yeah, you got 40 there. Then your dummy plugs have 2 on them. Your standpipes have what, 1, 2, 3 on each one of them. So
Yeah.
that's 6, 8. So you're up to 48. Plus your IPR valve has the 2 O-rings. So that's 50, and that's then there's
Wow.
your there's the O-rings where your high pressure pump seats to your block in the back. There's no ring under that. There's no ring to where the branch tube connects to the back of the high pressure oil pump. So
Yeah.
yeah, you got probably 50 O-rings
At least 50.
that has to hold 4,000 pounds of pressure under full throttle. Because that's
Yeah.
when you mat that high pressure oil pump will make 4,000 psi
Yeah, I do.
when that IPR valve closes. It'll make 4,000 psi oil pressure.
Crazy when you think about it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Anybody got any questions? Maybe we answer some questions here. Anybody want to know anything? I don't know what. Maybe. maybe. Maybe.
We started putting this 5.3 together.
Yeah, and he quit, didn't he?
Well,
He's working.
he got the rings gapped on 4 pistons. He got the new cam in it. They did the oil pan and stuff. He got the windows tray modified for the new oil pan because he got a car oil pan put on it.
Oh.
It's all here. It just needs assembled. Mostly, I mean, it's almost together. The longest thing it took was he had to pull the pistons out.
Well, he can put it together.
Huh?
I don't see why he can't put it together.
Well, I had him gapping all the rings in it. I showed him how to do it.
Wow.
He didn't do it because he's got to learn how to do it.
I don't know if he'll learn.
Huh?
I don't think he can learn. He can't put the ceiling fan out.
He was like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah. And now let's just gapping rings on the angle grinder. Or on the bench grinder.
Yeah, on the bench grinder.
That's what I do. I just take them over and measure it against the stone and take a little bit off, bring it over, measure it. Keep doing that until they fit. Are you supposed to do it that way?
No, probably not. Probably not.
You're not supposed
But it
to,
works.
You're not supposed to reuse the head gaskets or.
No, but they work. Reusing them works.
Cover bolt or the. Well, I bolts, but
Yeah.
I learned with that diesel stuff though, you can't with it because
No,
it's
the
just too
diesel
much
stuff-
pressures. You can't reuse
Yeah.
that stuff
The diesel stuff you can't reuse, but on cars you
because
can.
you're just dealing with way too much pressures and extremes on that engine. And it's not that you could probably get away with it. I mean, you could probably put dead bolts in it, torque it back down, and run it.
Yeah.
But it is so much work to tear it back down. And like this, I can break a piston in this car, and in 2 hours I can have the head off and change the piston and have it back running.
Yeah.
You know, and everything in that power stroke, you know, you gotta struggle just to get to. This is
Yeah,
something
so
we'll
you
have.
need a ladder to get into.
Like that, everything on the engine's buried, you know, I mean,
It is.
There's no fun in anything, working in anything on it.
No, is that the head gaskets?
These are head gaskets for the 5.3.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
I'm
that
gonna clean them up, and that way
5.3.
they need copper coated, but these are all us head gaskets.
Uh-huh.
And this is why we're using, because they're all steel. They're just a steel shim head gasket.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why we have no problem reusing them. Now, if you get like the Felpros and that, like the Felpro Blue Permatorch, you can't really reuse them because they have like a sealer on them from the factory.
But that metal
But
one
these
you can.
factory steel LS head gaskets, yeah.
Huh. Oh,
I just spray them with copper coat
and reuse them.
and reuse them as many times. I mean, I've never had a head gasket issue. I broke a lot of pistons and bent valves and everything, but I've never had a head gasket issue. Even when we lost control of boost at the track and it went 28 pounds of boost that day,
Oh, yeah.
and we didn't have any head
nothing.
gasket
Yeah.
issues. And that's with head bolts. It's been out retorqued probably at least 10 times.
Oh, boy.
So yeah, I mean, we thought we could probably do the power stroke like that. Like I said, you're just dealing with too much. Because like some of these O-rings, if you just disturb them, you just take the thing apart, you're going to have to put new O-rings in it. Just
Yeah.
to have that peace of mind.
Because
Because if not, that's going to be in your head. The first time you take it for a ride, you're going to wonder, man, if I take this somewhere, it gets up to operating temperature, and I shut it off, is it going to restart? Because it needs to make 500 psi pressure on the starter.
yeah.
And if it doesn't see 500 pounds of pressure on the starter, it won't turn the injectors on to start the motor. Well, if you have a leak, you can have a leak when the motor's running. Say the motor's running 800 RPM, 650, 700, 800 RPM. If that motor's idling at that speed, then it's making enough pressure to run. The problem happens is when you shut the motor down,
Yeah.
when you're spinning it over on the starter, it's only spinning like 300 RPM, 350, so it can't build oil pressure. That's why that day we tried to shoot a little bit of starting fluid in it. Because I did that here, remember out in the yard
Yeah.
that day, and it kicked off.
Yeah.
because I was able to just start it on starting fluid and get it to spin faster, and then once it was running, it would stay running. And that's the thing, when you have that hot no start, the truck will stay running as long as you keep it running, it'll stay running.
Yeah, but if you turn it off, it won't start.
It shut off that day on us because it wasn't, not only was the high pressure oil leak, but we had a fuel problem where that fuel pump was getting hot because it wasn't being able to push the fuel right.
Yeah, you're
It
right.
was overheating the fuel pump.
Yeah.
Because we had a restriction somewhere, that's why it would run good for about 30 minutes, and then it would just gradually get worse and worse until it started misfiring, and then eventually it would get to where you'd end up stalling it. And because it had the high pressure oil leak too, once you stalled it, you couldn't get it to restart. That's what got us on that, but I noticed last Saturday, the last Friday night when I took it out, on the way home, coming down the hill, so there I wasn't even, when I had that fuel restriction, I was coming down the mountain, and when I got to my house, it was misfiring. And
Yeah, that's what you said.
I just spent the last 6 miles downhill.
Yeah, and it's.
And it was misfiring, shut it off, let it cool off, and it started up and ran good the next day, but then since I've taken the tank off and cleaned the horizontal fuel conditioning module in it, it's working fine. So that was, well, Saturday I make a week that it's been working good.
Yeah.
You know, I've run almost a tank of fuel out in it with no issues so far.
So far.
I've run 3/4 of a tank of fuel out in it so far with no issues.
That's good.
Shutting it off, it starts good hot, and it's, you know, the fuel issue isn't there anymore. It towed good today, it made good power.
Yeah.
We
Dude.
haven't got to tow a car anywhere yet.
I don't. Take the car over. Howdy, Dakota.
What's up, Dakota?
Ain't
buddy.
that like an international motor in that truck?
Yeah.
That's from Allen.
Yeah, it's an international motor. International, actually, the 7.3, which, what did International call it? The VG365 is what International called it. It was actually the Huey system, which is a high pressure oil system. That was a joint venue between International and Caterpillar. Because there's some, like the Caterpillar C7 uses that Huey system. It has a Huey pump.
Yeah.
It's a lot more refined system than International with all the O-rings and internal high pressure oil pumps. But yeah, it's an International motor. And then Ford was on their downhill struggle because Ford had the International, the 6.9, and then the 7.3 IDI, which was that indirect motor. And then in 94, late 94, they put a turbo on that 7.3 IDI motor, and it still wasn't nothing to write home about.
Dean Stevens.
Yeah.
And he's on Master Trash. Mr. Trash.
Yeah. And then,
Mr. Trash.
then in 95, Ford come out with the 7.3 Power
There it
Stroke.
goes again.
And the only thing it shares with the previous generation 7.3s was that International made it. There's no other. Everything's different because the 7.3 Power Stroke is a Huey motor, but it was designed a little more robust. But because of emissions, you know, they pretty much downsized the engine for the 6.0. They dropped it from a 7.3 to a 6.0, and they went with the EGR and everything on those motors and a catalytic converter. But they got a real complicated Huey system, and then it was worse. The 6.4 is like the worst diesel that Ford made. It's even worse. It had a complicated twin turbo setup on it. It's kind of shares a lot with the 6.0, like because the later model 6.0 heads were interchangeable with the 6.4 heads, but the 6.4, because of its emissions, and it had the DPF on it, which made it even more unreliable. And then by the end of the run of the 6.4, well, even before it was the end of the run, Ford and International pretty much had their falling out because they was arguing over who was going to pay the warranty work on the motor. Because a lot of techs were changing head gaskets, and a lot of it was blamed on the studs, but the head gasket problem was somewhat the studs, but the biggest problem with the 6.0 was the EGR cooler. And what would happen if your oil cooler leaks, or if your oil cooler gets clogged?
Hold on, guys. The air compressor kicks on. We forgot to turn it off. Forgot to turn it off before the live.
Yeah. On a 6.0, if your oil cooler clogs and then your EGR filter was in line with your oil cooler, so basically your oil come out of the engine galley, oil galley, through the oil cooler, out of the oil cooler into the, well, the coolant come out of the oil cooler and into the EGR cooler. Now, what happens is that coolant they used clogged up the passages, the coolant passages in the oil cooler. And then you know that because your oil temperature starts creeping up. Well, what happened is that oil cooler would restrict the flow of coolant then going into the EGR cooler. Well, you're pumping that hot diesel exhaust through that EGR cooler. If it's not getting cold, it would rupture.
Yeah.
When the EGR cooler ruptures, it would get coolant in the cylinders, and that's what blows the head gaskets in the 6.0. You know, yeah, they should have used more than 4 bolts per cylinder, but that really wasn't in it. Wasn't the torque yield bolts or the 4 bolts per cylinder wasn't its Achilles heel. Its Achilles heel was that EGR cooler that would fail.
Oh.
And it would fail because of the coolant being restricted through it. And that was something Ford International didn't get along on that for the fact because Ford turned that motor up. Power-wise, tune-wise, International didn't rate that motor at the, 325 or 350 horse. That's not what International intended in the 500 pound-feet of torque, but because the 5.9 coming out those years, the 24 valve 5.9 was making those numbers, and that's when the big three started getting in those horsepower wars, so their diesels and their torque wars with their diesels. So Ford went into the ECM and they turned that motor up a little bit and put it on its edge, because a lot of the people that have the International vehicles like buses and stuff that had the 6.0 in didn't have the same failures that they had at the 6.0 in the Ford pickup truck. Well, they still had failures, but not at the same rate that they was having at the pickup, and that's because the pickups were tuned a lot harder than International. And what happened is they got an argument over warranty work, and Ford was going to sue International because Ford figured it International's responsibility to pay for the warranty work because, you know, they designed the motor and everything, and it was their motor. International didn't want to do the warranty cover the warranty work because they said Ford turned the motor up higher than it was designed for, and they caused the problem. And why, you know, you got 2 multi-million-dollar companies arguing over who's going to be what. It was the people that bought the trucks that suffered, and then unfortunately that gave those trucks a bad name. The 6.0 can be a bad motor if you get one that's been neglected and uncared for. If you have to take it and pay somebody to work on it, you know, I would say this: if you're looking at the 6.0 truck, if you're not willing to take it apart and work on it yourself, if it's going to have to go to a shop, you're going to have to pay somebody to work on it, just don't get a 6.0 truck, because that's bottom line. Is it's going to get expensive quick when you know you're spending thousands of dollars. The parts itself weren't too bad. What is it? It was probably like about $400 or $500 for all the seals in the motor, to reseal everything, to do the oil cups, to do the injector seals, you know, the IPR seals, and the new updated standpipe and dummy plugs. It's about $400 or $500 in that stuff, but if you would have had to take that to a shop, the laborers where they would have killed you on it, because you got it, because that motor's crammed in there and half underneath the cow, and just a lot of shops, you know, you run a diesel shop, you know, you're gonna make money.
Yeah.
But if you're willing to do that yourself, then you can make a decent running 6.0 on your own.
Go put you in the camera.
Yeah, if you're willing to work on it, I don't see no reason. If you can buy a cheap 6.0 truck like that, you know, like a $1,500 6.0. Consequently, even though it was a $1,500 6.0, we're probably still into it. We're probably like $2,500 right now, but even still, it's still a lot cheaper. And now we know what we got. We know
Yeah.
everything's sealed, everything's new, all the seals have been replaced in the motor. All the problems of the motor that the motor generally has been gone through. You know, the earlier motors, the 03, 04 motors tend to have more problems. By 05, Ford made a lot of revisions on that motor and changed a lot of stuff. And by 07, like our truck, you know, the motor was actually a decent motor, but unfortunately, they already had a bad reputation because all the people in the earlier years had had problems with them.
Yeah.
I mean, the truck pulls like a champ, though. It rides so good, runs good. Now it does. It was a nightmare. It was a lot of work. It wasn't so much a lot of work. It was just a lot of tinker with it because you can put air to it and air check them like that, try to find your line, and you can hear it. And sometimes it's hard to determine exactly where it's leaking, and that was the problem. When we brought that truck home, that truck had no high pressure oil leaks in it. But it had that bad injector, so we had to disturb all them seals to take it
Fix
apart
that
and
injector.
put the injector, you know, and then that's
And
by
that's
taking them oil rails off is when the cup seals started leaking. And then when the cup seals start leaking, it was the upper injector seal because it's water pressure down on it and it erodes the upper. And then by the time of that,
yeah.
after we got all that dialed in and working, it still had that little bit of a leak, but you know, and then just put new dummy plugs and standpipes in it, which it had the updated dummy plugs in it. It just why whoever last time was in that motor put the new dummy plugs in, but didn't put the new standpipes in is beyond me. But
Yeah, I don't know.
people do weird things. But nonetheless, it's done now. The truck should be pretty reliable. Doesn't really seem to have any issues. So
No, it should be good for now. Yeah,
time will tell. It should be good now.
yeah, should be. Should be good.
They need just cosmetic fixes and stuff on it.
Little
Get caught
stuff.
up on it. Getting the bed for it. Fixing that rocker rust on it. Well, the rockers on it. I need to fix that leaf spring
Yeah, that might help.
on the passenger side. Yeah, and that might be the vibration.
That
because
might be.
That truck's got a weird vibration at like 60, but there's nothing loose. The drive shaft isn't loose, the pinion yoke isn't loose, the slip yoke,
None of
the
it's
carrier bearing, everything's tight underneath there.
Wonder if it is that spring.
I know it could be that, you know, it does have a little bit of a broken spring, so it could be letting the rear end rotating up and behind the U joint, but you would think it would do it more under hard acceleration than if it was that, because when you come from a hard pull, you know, the rear end wants to climb as you're going forward, because as it's rotating the tire, the pinion wants to climb. You think that would bind it more than just cruising down the road at 60 miles an hour where it's not really trying to climb.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know, I have to
Maybe.
figure it out, it's just something. So I know that rear end held half a gallon of fluid, and no signs of leakage or anything, so who knows how long they ran it low. But I took the plug out and pumped half a gallon in it before it was full.
Wow. Wow.
Now I need to check the transfer case and make sure it's full of stuff too. It should be, everything's dry under that truck. So I need to check it.
Always safe to check. Better check. Check it to be safe than sorry. Make sure everything's good.
It's easier to say sorry than take all the time being safe. Safe takes time. It's easier just to say sorry.
Hey, my death wobble was all in my tire. Schultz, he said.
Oh yeah?
It was all in his tires.
Yeah, and he had it. It was bad. Sometimes you hit that thing just right, that old front end would shim.
Well, at least he knows what it was. Got
Yeah.
it fixed then.
That's good.
Yeah.
Did he get his spring changed?
Did you get that spring changed yet, Schultz? Probably not. I don't know if he did. He didn't answer me yet. He don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Huh? LOL. Nope.
Yeah.
We knew.
Feel bad. I fixed mine yet.
He didn't fix his yet either, Schultz.
But to be fair on mine, I've been working on making it run.
Yeah, he's been working on the motor.
It's kind of pointless to put a spring on a truck if it doesn't run.
He's gonna do it when the bed's off.
Yeah.
Well, when's that? When's he doing that?
Well, he's trying to get his bed painted, so.
Did you?
They might have it painted by now.
Did you get that bed painted yet?
We want to paint it, but you could.
He should paint it himself.
No,
Huh?
oh, he said I hate body work. He does too. He had someone that was going to do it for him.
Well, that's the one part he never did.
Huh?
He probably didn't then.
I hate body work. Well, Beanie was going to do it for him, push cars, but he might have got it done by now. He had it all summer. Sure got it done by now. Sure it's done by now.
He's probably gonna do it by himself. B is sick.
Well, ain't good.
We have issues, babe. All the body work's done, Schultz says. Amanda says we have issues.
Oh, issues?
An issue. We have an issue.
Issues.
She has an issue. We have an issue.
We have
What
issues.
is our issue? Amanda, what is our issue? We have an issue, she said.
Yeah.
What is it? My car won't start.
Try to check battery terminals because it clicked weird when I started it.
Check your battery terminals. Wait a minute, we're talking about Amanda.
So you check them. I bet it's got a loose battery terminal. Because it did that.
She had issues, all right, Schultz says.
It did that one night. That's
You're
what
right,
happens.
Schultz. You
That's
know
what
that.
happens when a dealership puts a new motor in. They didn't put the clamps on the hoses and
She lost over
lost all the
antifreeze.
First time they didn't have grounds or anything hooked up. There was just wires laying loose and they put it in. This time I bet the battery cables are probably loose.
Schultz says she's got issues, all right. She'll start picking at him
And
soon.
she grabs the battery cables and just twists at them. I bet it'd be fun.
They are good, Katie said.
Huh?
She said, Katie said they are good, the battery cables.
Who said?
Katie,
Is it still, what's it doing? Is the lights come
she
on?
says they are good, Katie said.
Is the lights come on?
Does your lights come on? That's horrible, man. Schultz told her. They could be loose, it could be good, but still, they
Yeah, they
seem
could
like it could seem like
Yeah,
they
can
tight,
seem
but
like
still,
they're tight but not making
not
connections.
making connections. Because I know, because mine did it before.
Yeah.
I said, oh, they seem tight. You said, no, hurry, loose connection, and that's what it was.
Yeah, I usually grab and give them a good twist.
She
even,
said
uh,
yes, whatever yes is for.
Lights.
Oh yeah, she got lights. No, the
Mhm.
battery ain't dead.
Gear shift.
Is it in gear? Is it in
Well,
park?
Play with
What?
the gear shift.
Play with the gear shift.
What do they call her? Like, because I think it did that to her one time, and I told her to put it in neutral and back in gear, and it started. It's the car lock. Got it all screwed up. That's how they do.
He's calling you on my phone, Amanda. It's in park, she said.
Yeah, I understand it's in park, but sometimes you
Take
gotta
it out and
of
put it
park
back.
and put it back in park.
He says, Dean says when his wife's car doesn't start, I ring AAA and don't come home until I have enough money to
try
feel
taking it out of
safe.
park and put it back in.
Been
Sometimes that
sleeping.
switch doesn't click all the way.
I try to do things on mine. I do.
Yeah.
Sometimes it
I don't know. It's hard to tell what
Weeks.
they did up there at it.
it's hard to tell what they did
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah, well, it did it that one night, a week ago, but then they did it since.
Well, remember what I said mine did before?
Yeah, huh?
Mine acted up before too, and then all of a sudden it fixed itself. Yeah, I know, I'm crazy. It fixed itself.
No,
But
you're good.
it did. It did. It acted up
Yeah.
and did some weird stuff, and
Yeah.
then it just checked out itself. It did good. I don't know. Never did it again. So I don't know.
What did it start to jump? Well, it's if the battery cable's got a loose connection, if it's where the main fuse, if it's
Katie's not a good
it's
mechanic.
probably where the battery terminal or the battery wire connects to the terminal, but that thing he says is a fuse isn't really a fuse. It's just like a bus bar. But it needs probably if it's loose, it ain't gonna start. It needs tight. But the battery terminals can be tight and it won't jump either because it's not gonna get power.
No, it won't
You have
jump
a
if
full
it ain't
battery,
coming
but
home.
you can't get power to the starter. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I gotta stop on anywhere at second. Yeah, just put it back in for it and then try.
What are we gonna do with her?
What is it? Okay, well it's probably that connection then. If there's something loose on the battery terminal, that's it. It's not gonna get power across it. That's what I said, see what I do anytime I think it's a battery terminal, I just grab them and twist them anyway, even if they seem tight, I just yank on them. Sometimes you just gotta,
That's how you gotta do it.
what is it?
You just fool with them until you get it started.
Or I hit it with a hammer.
Yeah, hit it with the hammer.
Sometimes hitting the battery terminal with a hammer works well.
God, I know a little bit about a car. Huh?
I hear.
I know a little bit. Are they bright though?
Yeah, you're like, no, they tried jumping it and they couldn't get it either. So
Oh, that ain't the battery ain't dead then.
no, it's gotta be a connection. The starter might be hanging off.
Thank you, Carlene, for stopping in.
The starter might be.
We
hanging
missed
off
all
of
you
it, but I
guys
think
out
that's stuck
there.
together. The way they do it, who knows? Alright, yeah, we'll figure it out. It's probably just a loose wire. I said, alright, I will. It's probably just a loose wire. You said that raises, when you say that it's loose on the battery terminal look like a fuse, that raises a big red flag to me. Nothing should be loose, so. Alright, yeah, I'll check it out.
She'll be all right then.
There? Alright, yeah, I'll check it out.
You'll have to go fix it, Mr. Mechanic. You usually walk me through stuff when I need help.
Yeah, it'll take me about 30 seconds probably. I'm just gonna look at the wires on the battery and look at the starter. It's the only two places it can be.
Yeah, you usually walk me through my stuff.
No, but.
But I do
they
do it.
probably
I
forgot to
do.
tighten something.
Huh?
It'll be the first time.
Yeah, I get something.
They forget to tighten things. You know, well, you've had it for a month now. They would say it's nothing they did anyway.
Yeah, they would.
You know, they go, we'll get there for a month. It could have been us.
It's a connection somewhere. Yeah, it is a connection somewhere, Schultz. It's something.
It's a dead connection. It's getting power to the main, but it's not getting power to the starter. What is it? What'd you say?
Thanks, Dean, for stopping in. Be safe out there.
Oh.
You've got a delivery to do. Be
Mhm.
safe. Dean,
All right, Dean. Yeah, we'll see you later, buddy.
Carlene had to jump
Yeah,
off and she
Carlene.
said it was good to, glad to
Alright,
see
yeah,
you
I'm
guys
gonna-
are
okay,
okay,
let
she
me
said.
Just wrap up. I'll come up here.
Yeah, we were okay.
Alright, yeah, I'll come up get it running here. So, alright, I love you. Alright. Yeah, I
Gee.
know it's just a connection.
It is a connection. Probably maybe a...
I bet it's where the power wire bolts because there's like
What?
a block. What?
What are you talking about?
What?
Huh?
Who?
Oh, might not. Wherever Dean's at, he said it was snowing earlier.
It probably is snowing.
Where's he at?
You guys are out.
Where you
west,
at, Dean?
Montana somewhere. Idaho.
Oh, I
They're
thought,
out that
oh
way.
my
They're
gosh, it's
outward.
snowing. We don't want that stuff yet, but
It's on its
they're,
way here.
it's
Just
on
a
its
couple
way
more days.
though. South Island, New Zealand. Oh my. You keep the snow where you're at,
New
bud.
Zealand? Is it snowing in New Zealand? Oh,
South
it's summer.
Island.
It's summer there. Ain't it? Well, it just turned spring.
South Island, New Zealand.
Yeah, well, that just turned spring. Because it just turned fall here. They're in the southern hemisphere. It's the first day of spring. Yeah. They're a month into spring. Well, then again, it snows here in the spring too.
Yeah,
so-
it does here too in the spring. It snows and it's a cold snap.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting ours. It's
We'll be
winter
getting
time.
ours next week.
At least the nice thing you can feel, you're getting close to your warm. It's, you know, we're getting colder every day.
Alan Accor sent a picture to your Facebook Messenger. Late spring. Yep, that's what it is. It's a late spring snow.
Yeah.
We have it too. Sometimes we get snow in for Easter.
Yeah.
We have snow on Easter before here. Yeah. Depends on what month they have Easter, ain't
Yeah.
it? No, we had it in April before too.
Yeah.
That don't make sense. Why do you have Easter either
Because
March
it
or
goes
April?
by 40 days from.
Over and out. Okay,
Yeah,
Alan
I guess
Accor.
we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna have to go rescue Amanda anyway, guys. So.
Yeah, he's gonna wrap it up because he has to go rescue Amanda.
I'm gonna go get her car started.
And we are
so, yeah, we'll
glad
be
that
back
everybody
here.
stopped by.
Yeah, thanks, guys. We'll be back. Try to be back here next week, by the same time. Try to start doing this regular again.
Yeah, try to get back into it.
If we get out and get into anything cool, we'll make some video of it.
Okay,
Yeah,
Schultz,
with
if
you
we
guys,
need a
so-
hand, we'll just holler at you, bud. But I
All
think it's okay.
Huh?
Schultz says if you need a hand, just holler.
Yeah, I got it. I think it's probably just a loose connection, so
He thinks it's just a loose connection.
it'll take longer.
Yep,
to
talk to
drive.
you soon, Schultz.
It'll definitely
Kayla.
take longer to drive up there than it is to fix it.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. I guess that we're gonna go rescue Amanda.
Night.
So,
Kayla,
thanks everybody for popping in. We'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.
thanks.
Appreciate all the comments and all that.
And remember,
See you next time. Remember, guys, you can sleep in your car.
you can't raise
Can't
your
raise
house.
All right, man. We'll catch you later. Thanks, guys. Apologize about the video.